It's hard to explain what dreams are without words. Sometimes they're mysterious, bewildering, and eye-opening, and sometimes they're nightmarish. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, wrote about the theory of dreams and their interpretations in the early 1900s. Dreams, according to Freud, are manifestations of our deepest worries and desires, and are frequently linked to repressed childhood obsessions or memories. Furthermore, he believed that practically every dream subject, regardless of substance, indicated the release of sexual tension. Freud established a psychological technique for interpreting dreams in his book Interpretation of Dreams, 1899, as well as a set of rules to assist us to understand the reasons and symbols that emerge in our dreams. With that said, here are 30 intriguing facts regarding dreams. Fact 1. If you're not sure if you're dreaming, try reading something. Most people can't read in their dreams. The same thing goes for clocks. Each time you look at a clock, it shows a different time. Experienced lucid dreamers have claimed that the hands of clocks seem to stop. Fact 2. People who practice what is known as lucid or conscious dreaming form a vast subculture. These people have allegedly learned to take control of their dreams and accomplish incredible things like flying, passing through walls, go to different dimensions, and even journey back in time using various techniques. Fact 3. Many of humanity's greatest innovations have sprung from dreams. Companies like Google and Tesla were in someone's dream. The sewing machine, the periodic table, and the double helix DNA spiral also came from dreams. Fact 4. There have been some incredible situations where people dreamed about things that later happened to them in the very same way they dreamed about. You may say they saw into the future, or it could just have been a coincidence. The reality is that this is a fascinating and perplexing phenomenon. For example, Abraham Lincoln had a dream about being assassinated, and 19 precognitive dreams regarding the Titanic disaster have been verified. Fact 5. Sleep paralysis is a real thing. It's the stuff nightmares are made of. The inability to move, thus paralysis, and a sense of a highly evil presence in the room are two features of sleep paralysis. It doesn't feel like a dream. It feels completely real. Sleep paralysis victims demonstrate excessive amygdala activity during an attack, according to studies. The amygdala is the part of the brain that controls the fight or flight response, as well as the emotions of dread, terror, and anxiety. Fact 6. Your body is generally paralyzed during the REM, rapid eye movement, period of sleep. People do, however, occasionally act out their dreams. These have resulted in shattered limbs, legs, and furniture, as well as a house fire in at least one case. Fact 7. The phenomenon is known as nocturnal penaltumescence, is a well-documented phenomenon. In layman's terms, it simply means that you get satisfied while sleeping. According to studies, men might have up to 20 erections every dream. Fact 8. Sleepwalking is a rare sleep disorder that can be harmful. It's a severe form of REM sleep disorder in which patients don't merely act out their dreams at night, but really go on genuine adventures. Fact 9. People who enjoy dreaming in dreams so much that they never want to wake up. They want to keep dreaming even during the day, so they use dimethyltryptamine, an illegal and incredibly powerful hallucinogenic substance. It's essentially just an isolated and synthesized version of a substance produced naturally by our brains when dreaming. Fact 10. One of the most well-known Native American emblems is the dream catcher. It's a loose web or webs constructed around a hoop and embellished with sacred artifacts to keep nightmares at bay. Fact 11. You might think of sleep as a time of peace and quiet, but our brains are really more busy at night than during the day. Fact 12. As previously stated, dreams are the source of many innovations, outstanding artworks, and are simply fascinating. Our creativity is also being recharged by them. Keeping a dream diary is also said to aid creativity, according to scientists. People with REM dysfunction don't dream at all in uncommon circumstances. These individuals have much lower levels of creativity and do poorly in tasks that require creative problem solving. Fact 13. Our animal pals have their own dreams. When you watch a dog or a cat sleep, you'll notice that they move their paws and make noises as if they're pursuing something. Fact 14. Many people claim that they don't dream at all, but this isn't true. We all dream, yet up to 60% of people have no recollection of their dreams. Fact 15. In their dreams, blind persons who were not born blind see images, whereas blind people who were born blind see nothing at all. They still dream, and their dreams are just as vivid and fascinating, but they include senses other than sight. Fact 16. It has been proved that we can only see faces we have seen in real life in our dreams. So watch out, that creepy-looking old lady on the bus next to you might be in your next nightmare. Fact 17. Surprisingly, negative dreams outnumber pleasant dreams. Anger, sadness, and fear are the three most commonly reported emotions experienced while dreaming. Fact 18. Depending on how many REM cycles you can have up to 7 different dreams per night. Only during the REM stage of sleep do we dream, and the average person dreams for 1 to 2 hours each night. Fact 19. Surprisingly, in a man's dream, 70% of the characters are other men, yet in a woman's dream, the proportion of women and men is equal. Men's fantasies are also far more aggressive. Women and men both dream about sexual topics on a regular basis. Fact 20. Not everyone has dreams in color. Approximately 12% of people only dream in black and white. Fact 21. According to a new study, an uncommon sleep disorder in which people act out their dreams, often violently, with thrashes, kicks, and screams, could be an early marker of brain illnesses such as Parkinson's disease and dementia. Fact 22. If there are variations between men and women in terms of their physiological characteristics, researchers have discovered that there are also disparities in the content of their dreams. Males thought about weaponry much more often than women, according to multiple studies, whereas women dreamed about clothing more frequently than men. Women's dreams are somewhat longer and contain more characters than men's. When it comes to dreaming characters, men think about other men twice as often as women, while women dream about both sexes equally. Men's dreams have more violent content and physical action, whereas women's dreams feature more rejection and exclusion, as well as more talk than physical activity. Fact 23. Have you ever been stressed about a situation? It takes so much out of you that you just opted to sleep it off. Sleeping hours, according to Deirdre Barrett, a Harvard psychologist, thinks sleeping hours can help solve issues that plague us during the day. Whatever condition we're in, we're still working on the same problems, Barrett said, adding that while dreams may have evolved for a different reason, they've likely been honed over time for a variety of functions, including helping the brain refresh and solving difficulties. Fact 24. Weekends assist you in remembering things. Because each session of REM sleep is longer than the last, you're more likely to remember your dreams on weekends or days when you sleep in. Fact 25. Dreams are a way for you to express yourself. If you're suffering from post-traumatic symptoms, shame, or blame over a loved one's death, you're more likely to have unfavorable nightmares about them. Fact 26. Eating late isn't good for you. Eating before bed stimulates your metabolism, alerting your brain to be more active, which increases the likelihood of nightmares. Fact 27. Medicines play a big part in dreams. Antidepressants and opioids, for example, can increase the frequency of nightmares. Fact 28. If you're not stressed and satisfied in your real life, you're more likely to experience happy dreams. Fact 29. Strange is the new normal. because the part of the brain responsible for making sense of things shuts down while we sleep. Many of our dreams are bizarre. Fact 30. Night terrors affect about 40% of younger kids. However, most outgrow them by the time they reach their teens. Night terrors also affect about 3% of adults. What are your thoughts on these facts? Comment below.